Welcome back, everybody. This is the second video after we got through the course orientation. Now we're going to take a look at what we'll be doing for session 1. As I mentioned in the first video, there are 2 sessions each week, session 1 and session 2, and the assignments in that will be due this coming Sunday, the 14th at 11:55 p.m. Excuse me. So let's take a peek at session 1 and see what we have to do. I'm already in session 1. You would think I would know that. So I'll go in again. Okay, we've already looked at the course syllabus, so we don't have to do that again. The Blackboard Student User Guide is available if you don't think you need it, and you can skip it. There's also some content on effective emails and messages. Remember, I prefer text messages. There are 2 chapters to read for session 1. Chapter 1, Why We Write, and Chapter 2, Concepts for Effective Writing. And you'll be doing your first very small writing assignment based on the PowerPoint, which I'll show you where that is in just a minute. I mentioned in the course orientation video the introduction discussion board, ungraded, but still fun to work on. And we'll get to know each other one another better. There is a short quiz, only 10 points, on the Blackboard and syllabus exercise. A test run assignment, I'll show you that. And then your first very small writing project. It's not a paper, but it will be graded. What picture is your writing process like? And I'll show you where that is too. So let's skip down to learning activities. Before I get to learning activities, notice tutor.com. Tutor.com is a free service where you can send a draft of an essay, a final version, and get some feedback on it. It's free proofreading. When I was a graduate student at IU, even though I was a graduate student in English, we had an on-campus writing center, and I used it. So why wouldn't you? It's free. It's available 24/7. Someone else will read what you've written and give you some feedback on it. And every time you turn in a writing assignment, a writing project I should say, and remember there are only 4, you will always turn in a draft first. You'll get a chance to work on it, then you'll turn in a final version. The drafts are not worth a lot of points because they're supposed to be kind of messy, kind of ugly, and the whole point of it is you'll get feedback from me on each one. I'll tell you where it needs some work, and you also have a couple of other students in the class that will read it for you as well and give you a chance to fix the mistakes or the areas that are a little weak before you turn in the final version. Here are the learning activities. If it opens. There we go. Again, the syllabus is listed there. We've already talked about that. There are the guidelines for effective emails and messages. You can look at that. And here is your textbook. And notice it tells you in this session what 2 chapters you have to read. There is more reading at the beginning of the class and less writing. And guess what? By the end of the class, more writing and less reading. So for this first week, session 1 and session 2, you have to do a lot of reading. Sorry about that. But you don't have to do a lot of writing. So it kind of works out. So read those 2 chapters. And here is the PowerPoint that your first writing assignment will be about. I'll give you a heads up. I didn't pick these images. Some of them are a little strange. But there are several. I'm sure you'll find one that kind of speaks to you. Excuse me. Right, there is the PowerPoint, and when it looks like this, click on Enable Editing, and then hit the F5 key. It'll make it full screen, easier to look at. The point of this exercise is to find an image, there's no words, that you think best describes your writing process. Some crazy arrows. Not even sure what that is. That could be a tsunami or a tiger, not sure. There's the food pyramid, and so on, and so on, and so on. Look through them all and see if one appeals to you and answers any of the following questions. You're going to put this in the discussion board. You're not writing it as a paper, and your initial post should be at least 200 words. So let's take a look at the discussion board and see where this goes. And there are more instructions in the discussion board. Here are the additional instructions. Select an image. Tell us which image it is. Don't just refer to it by the number. Explain why you picked it. Point out one advantage to the process this image symbolizes and one disadvantage. And you can also look at the 10 core concepts from chapter 2. You need to write about 200 words. So when you've picked your image and you have an idea of what it is you'd like to say, open the discussion board. There are no items posted right now, of course. Click on Create Thread, and you're ready to start. How long is 200 words? It's about 2 short paragraphs. Let's go back to class sessions and see what else remains. I think we've looked at everything in the learning activities, but I want to take one more look. Yep, that's everything. So let's go to assignments and assessments and see what we find there. The introductions, we talked about that in the first video, so I don't have to do that again. The Blackboard and syllabus exercise. Print this out. Not the exercise. Print out the syllabus. Have the syllabus handy when you take this. You'll do well. It's a short quiz. It's only 10 questions. If you have the syllabus in front of you, you're going to do great. All you have to do is click on Begin, and you're ready to go. Test run assignment. This is also very easy. You simply have to follow the instructions. As I mentioned before, get all the easy points in the class you can. I'm not going to read through this. You can read yourself. It's just to make sure that you have the right software, you have an idea of when you're going to be working on the class, etc. Again, 10 easy points. Don't miss out. Read through that carefully. It won't take you long. And session 1 and session 2, which we will also do this week, but I'll talk about what you have to do in session 2 in the third and last video for this week. But I'll go ahead and open this up. Again, here are the instructions about selecting your image and writing 200 words. Do I count the words? No, I don't. But you and I can both tell by looking at something if it's long enough or too long. I guess you can go over the 200 words if you really want to, but that's your choice. Okay, for session 1, again, session 1 and session 2 are both due in the same week, but for session 1, all you need to do is click on Create Thread, pick an image from the PowerPoint, write 200 words about it, tell us what you picked, tell us why you like it, tell us why you think it refers to your own writing process. Because these are abstract images, there are no right or wrong answers. All I'm interested in is that you can explain yourself. It's a chance to get me to see some of your writing before we get to a writing project. Fair enough? Good deal. And that, I believe, is it for session 1 and the rest of this video. I just want to check one more time. Oh, I also want to point out, anytime you want in the class, I grade things quickly. I do not make you... Sorry, I clicked on the wrong grade center. That's what your grade center looks like. Here's what mine looks like. And I can show you this because so far nothing's been graded, so I'm not going to give away any secrets about anyone. Yep, there's everybody that's in the class. There are 10 of us, 11 counting me. But as I was saying, I grade things quickly. I want to give you feedback as quick as possible. I think that's important, especially in a condensed class like this one. So after you turn something in, only a day or two will go by and you'll get feedback from me. That's it for this video, everybody. You got one more to go. I'm trying to keep these as short as I can because I know your time is valuable. I'll see you on the next one.